Hi. Okay, we are recording. Okay, so I think we know, Melissa, you're at Success Club 10. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
And Brandy, I looked earlier and you were at 2, so that's good. You only have 3 more to go, and we still have 10 days in the month, so you can definitely do that. And then I think that will be, how many months have you been in, Brandy?
I think I officially started April or May.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we're outside of the 3 months of the first 3 months, but that's all right because you already have your ticket for Summit, so that's exciting, right?
Yeah.
Wait, did you get it? Yes, you got it.
I purchased a ticket for Summit. I had Success Club last month.
Okay, I'll go back and check.
I thought I had to have it like every month for 3 months.
Well, you do, but if you signed up in May, which I don't remember if it was April or May, but let's say it was like May 15th, you would have from the rest of the month of May and June to count as your first month. And then July would be second, and then August would be third. So if you signed up in May, then you could still have the possibility to get reimbursed for that. So that's I know that would be awesome, right? Like I had a friend who she has somebody who wants to sign up, and the gal really wants to earn a ticket to Summit. And I said, well, because this friend, it's Susan, she's probably won't make it to Success Club this month. So I said, well, just have her wait and sign up August 1st. So then she has all of August and September to be her month 1. And then, so it goes on like that. So yeah, so I'll take a peek after our call, because that would be awesome if you were still in the running for that. But if not, then you're still in the running for Success Club. So that's good too. Okay.
That's awesome.
And Casey is at 11, which I'm so excited for her. I know she's not on.
Beat me?
She's on. We are not competition, but yes, right now she has one.
Dan and I are in a competition.
Well, then you compete, girls. Go for it. You better
in a good way.
Oh, yes.
We're competitive. We're pushing each other.
I know. You guys are awesome. And so, and Casey had 10 last month, which, I mean, I'm so excited for her. I feel like she's, picking up some speed, and this is awesome. The momentum is coming. Okay, so that's Success Club. Remember, we want our goal to be Success Club 5 every month. Because really Success Club means that we are moving our business forward and we are helping other people. And it's exciting. It's exciting to get that compound effect. So Melissa and I are going to share a little bit from Summit. Did you like all of our pictures, Brandy?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
That's why when I saw the Summit sale, I was like, forget going.
For real. I mean, it was so cool because none of us had been before. Like the 4 of us in our room, none of us had gone. So we really didn't know what to expect. And Julie was kind enough to really kind of, hold our hands, a bit and say, hey, what are you doing for lunch? Let's walk over here together, whatever. So it was a really awesome experience. And my biggest takeaway, like from this is an amazing business, is just their level of recognition for everyone. I mean, from all of the little things where, Diamonds got to check in a certain area, and Star Diamonds got to check in a certain area. And then we had, I don't have mine up here, but, we had our lanyards with our name. But then if you were a Diamond Coach, like you had a medallion and a thing that said Diamond Coach. I mean, it would just it's like being a student who got that sticker on their page. You know what I mean? Just something to make you feel special. And, and then like being able to walk out on the field, which made me cry, and I'll probably cry talking about it. But even at the rehearsal, I'm standing there and I'm like, I am in this stadium, this NFL stadium. And I have been a coach for a little over a year. And are you kidding me? Like, I get to do this and walk in front of it. I mean, it was overwhelming in a good way, but I was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And then the training was awesome. And and everybody was really polite. I mean, I felt like it was, I don't know, it was awesome. So I can't wait. I cannot wait to take like a bigger team back next year, and it's going to be great. So Melissa, do you want to start with your 3 takeaways?
Sure. I have to say I had a really hard time making 3. So
Or 5 or whatever.
yeah, like I could just reread all my notes.
Yeah.
And that, because I wrote a lot of them. But my 3 biggest, I would say, is 1, design your why and make it strong and use that to build your culture. So you really need to know why you are in this business and be honest with yourself. And what what you are is what you want your team to be. I actually listened to a video of Melanie Mitro yesterday talking about her why. And she talked about in the beginning of her coaching, Melanie Mitro is the top coach, Brandy, this year of 2014. So that's why I went back and started listening to some of her YouTube videos to hear what she had to say. And she said when she designed her why, she was embarrassed to say as a new mom of her second child that she decided to stay home, and to stay home she had to scrimp and save and didn't have the money to go shopping and do fun things that cost money that she used to enjoy doing. And she felt like she was selfish saying that, so she didn't. And until she included that in her why, she had a hard time expressing to her coaches why she entered this business, other than because she wanted to help people. And of course, that's all of our most goal.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Melanie Mitro.
It's Mitro.
And her videos are great, because I listened to quite a few of them yesterday. But she really talked a lot about her why, and she didn't hit success until she really came into knowing what her true why was. It was to help people, and it was to help financially provide for her family, and it was okay to feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So my second thing is and this is a direct quote from Summer Tucker, share your heart and no one will perceive you negatively. And my takeaway from that is that if we talk to people about how we're truly feeling, that will translate to them, and they'll see that we're honest and genuine, and we're not here to sell them to make the buck. We're here to help them. And yes, you do make money off of that sale, but that's not your original goal. Your original goal is to be there to help in whatever way they're looking for help, whether it's weight loss or getting healthier or fixing their nutrition or, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And my third is be intentional and believe you have something of value that you can share and offer. Until you believe in yourself, it's hard for other people to believe in you and believe in your purpose. And a big part of, I think, doing this is discovering who you truly are. I know for me, I had a long talk today with my dad, which is kind of silly, but he's been going through some emotional stuff. And I have to say that all the personal development that I've done in the last 7 months has really taught me who I am as a person, who I want to be as a person, to see the negative and see the positive and go toward the positive, even when sometimes that's hard to do. And stay away from the energy vampires.
That is so huge. I'm telling you what, those vampires can suck the life out of us. And and it's okay. It's okay to step away. Like, it is. And sometimes you have to. And you know what? Sometimes those energy vampires may be your spouse. They may be your parent. They could be a friend. They could be Melissa. It was a short period of time, but we have moved on and we have learned.
Well, but it happens.
It does happen.
That's the point, that you can see it, you can recognize it, and you can go, oh my God, I got to stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what? I will say, I learned a lot from that on on how to deal with somebody who was not happy at that moment, you know, and you can only try to show the positive so many times before you just have to step away, which is what I did. And then it was like, okay, there was a little break. We're good. Came back, you know, and so it was fine. But those,
we need Janet to add into this conversation.
yes, Janet, where are you? We're missing you.
Janet, you shaved your legs. Did you shave them for the baseball game?
Oh, Brandy, just wait until next year. You'll have all of these random stories, including the frozen grapes. Indeed. I think I'm asleep right now, but my eyes are open. All right. Anyway, we are getting off track, but we obviously had a ton of fun and learned a lot also. But those are really great takeaways, Melissa, and I had some of them also. I had written down, this goes along with taking negative feedback. I think it was from Summer's talk also. It said, your story is personal, but you can't take negative feedback personally.
Yes.
And that was huge because I think as a coach, whether it's a new coach or a veteran coach, we're always going to have people that are going to be, but it's okay. It's not our job to try and convince them to drink Shakeology or to try this. It's our job to offer it. And they can say whatever they want, but, you know, we can't take it personally because they're just not ready. And that's okay, because at some point on some level, we've all not been ready before, whether it was, you know, ready for the business, ready for a challenge group, ready for whatever. So, you know, the other thing that I had heard in one of Christine Dwyer's podcasts is she said, put the shoe on the other foot, you know, so always try and meet them where they are, you know, kind of where they're feeling whatever they're struggling with, and just let it go, you know, let it go, you know, because arguing with them is not going to do anything. You just leave the door open and then hope that they come back. My top takeaway, I felt like in every single talk, and there were 6 workshops, and then we had the general session, which had additional training. I seriously feel like every single one mentioned consistency. And that is so key, is that getting back to the basics and just being consistent. And Tracy Morrow, she said, she had mentioned working from a list. And the one thing that has been in my head ever since I got home is her quote that said, maybe it was Summer, but it was from the presentation. They said, all in does not mean all day. And that was like, because I have felt like I want to work this business. And I feel like sometimes I can't get away from the computer. But like Tracy said, when you work from a list, you go through that list, you check it off, and then you walk away. Walk away. Get out of the house. Do not stay in front of the computer. Do not be tied to your phone all day long, because that's not any type of life that anybody wants to lead. No, there was another quote that I loved, and it said, nobody wants to follow a leader who's running a rat race. And that's so true too. I mean, I've been in another training at another time where somebody said, if somebody says, how are you? Don't tell them that you're busy. Who wants to be busy? We're all already busy, right? Hey, come join my team. I'm so busy. Like, that does not sound fun. So, so just in my head, I've heard all in does not mean all day. All in does not mean all day. And so I've been, I took the kids to the water park yesterday. I took them up to the pool today. Now, sometimes, you have to get things done, obviously, but it's so easy. There's always something to do. There is always something to do. There's a message to return. There's a follow-up to send. There's a lead to contact. But make your list, do it, and move on. And when you stick to that list and we don't get all distracted by all the bells and whistles, we'll be amazed how productive we are and how much more lifetime we actually have in our lives, as opposed to feeling like we're just constantly going and going and going. Tracy had a really good analogy about cutting down a tree. Do you remember? It said, what's the best way to cut down a 500-pound tree or 500-year-old tree? And they said it was, 5 whacks every day. Go out, cut it down, 5 whacks at a time. And eventually, over time, that tree will fall. Because if you just go out there and you hammer all day long, you're not going to get very far and you're going to burn yourself out. So that's what I really like. It's not constant, it's consistent. Same thing as our workouts, same thing as our nutrition. It's the same type of thing for our business. So consistency. Another quote was, care more about people than product. So lead with passion and not the product. And I think, all of us here do a good job with that, but it's really easy, especially like right now where size is just coming out and where these Shakeology boosts are coming out and where the performance line, it's very product. Hey, look at me, buy from me. It has that potential. I haven't done anything with size yet. Why? Because I haven't figured out how I yet connect with it. Does not mean that it's not a good product and I shouldn't be promoting it, but I haven't figured out how I connect with it. So I haven't said anything about it yet. So just remember to care more about people and matching them with the right programs and products as opposed to the monthly sales. This was good too. It was, sometimes I think it's very easy to feel like, oh, here's my why, here's my story, blah. And we say the same thing over and over and over. But one of the workshops talked about explaining and sharing your stories from 3 different angles: 1 financial, 1 physical, and 1 emotional. And those were really good because while all of those fit into one story, I can craft a different angle each time. I mean, my financial story is that I was juggling money from bank account to bank account just to fill my gas tank, and when I got my first paycheck, that put money in my gas in my tank. And people can relate to that, whether they're, a gazillionaire or not. People relate to not having some money to do with what they please. Physical is, I was tired of being tired. I was tired of starting over, and so I got consistent and I, started seeing changes. And now I've made the mental change that has transformed into my physical change. And then, emotional, that's all over the board, all of those things together. But then also the internal confidence that I feel from being able to help other people. So I really like the breakdown of financial, physical, and emotional. So I think those are really good ways to, maybe you pick 1 every other week, or something like that to focus on to share your story. And Melissa and Casey and I were talking at Summit about the one thing that we all seem a little, I don't want to say hesitant with, but it's much easier to share a program and to invite people to a program or a challenge group than it is to do like a broad mass coach invite. And we were kind of trying to figure out like, why is that and how do we do that? But I think when we can share our stories in one of these 3 ways, then it makes it easier to do that invite. Like earlier this week, I posted a picture of Julie and I and kind of told my emotional story of starting as a coach. And then at the end, I offered it, I said, would you like to join our team? It wasn't my team. It wasn't, hey, do you want to earn money? Maybe my next one will be. Maybe my next one will be, I will talk about how that $60 made a difference in my life. And now, I've paid for medical bills and I've paid for new brakes on the car and I've paid for our hotel on vacation and I paid for my Summit clothes, or whatever, because people connect with different things. So, all of the top coaches, especially on Instagram, they do these hiring now type posts. I don't like that hiring now. That's just me. It may work. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think we are doing ourselves a disservice if we don't, if we only limit our coach invites to challengers who, and only position it as get a discount. So, yeah, so those are mine. Let me see if there's anything else. There was another quote, discipline trumps talent, which I think is, again, it goes back to the consistency. Darren Aline talked about Shakeology and talking about the value of Shakeology, which I thought was really good because really Shakeology is connected to everything that we do. Obviously, the challenge packs are Success Club points. So if we don't have a good basis on that, and if we can't show people the value of that, then it's going to be much harder to continue to succeed. But he was talking about lead with health. You know, don't lead with, again, just a product. Lead with how this is going to improve your health.
So can I add something?
Yeah.
So when he talked about that, a lot of what he talked about was don't lead with it having to do with weight loss.
Yes.
When we're talking about health. So as a good example, I have a customer who I sent out my MailChimp yesterday about size. And she emailed me back, I'm super interested, I want to do it. So I emailed her back, awesome, what flavor Shakeology would you like? And I'll set up your order for you. And she wrote back, I'm not ready to do the shakes yet, but I'd like to do the workout. And I said, okay, you can do it that way, but, and I can read you my exact response to her. I mean, if you want to, you know, here, hold on one second. Let me open it up because that might make it easier. Because I think the way I formatted my response to her was good. I said, hi, you can absolutely purchase the workouts alone if you'd like. They're $60. With your purchase, you'd receive blah, 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 blah. If you purchase the size challenge pack with Shakeology, you'll receive all the above plus 30 days of Shakeology, the most nutrient dense and healthy shake on the market, as well as admission to our private Facebook size challenge and accountability group for $140. And I said, I just wanted to share with you what Shakeology is and why it's so beneficial. It is not a weight loss shake like many others on the market. Shakeology is a health shake designed to give you a day's worth of nutrition in one convenient meal. Because of this, it helps curb and even eliminate cravings, which aid in weight loss. Shakeology is made entirely of vitamins, minerals, and probiotics. There are no additives, no wheat, soy, no fillers, emulsifiers. And in the vegan variety, there is no dairy. And then I attached the link and I said, here's a little peek into what it is, just so you make your decision informed. And I attached how healthy is your shake. And then in my next paragraph, I wrote, it's totally up to you what you choose. I'd certainly recommend purchasing the challenge pack because the program was designed to incorporate Shakeology as part of the nutrition to help you maximize your results. But I'm with you, whichever choice you make. So she knows she has options, but I tried to lay out what it is. Because I think people, and I know that when I was first introduced to Shakeology, I went, I don't need that. Why do I need that? I eat healthy. I don't have tons of weight to lose. I don't drink Slim Fast. I don't need that. And over time I realized maybe I really do need that.
Yeah. It fills so many voids that we don't get.
It does. And I think showing the value in what it is, how it's how they've come about to make it, how all the ingredients come from different places and how they're harvested and how really so much thought goes into making it, that between that and seeing it in a $4 a serving value, which really equals out to like, what is that? Like $32 a week, $30, something like that. Don't we all spend $30 a week on nonsense? Like, I mean, we probably do, between maybe having 2 coffees and maybe meeting a friend for lunch and then picking up an ice cream with the kids somewhere. We've definitely blown through $30 in a week.
Right.
That's your $30. Get ice cream at the grocery store.
Right.
Don't get your coffees anymore. You can make them at home. and you've made up that $30.
Yeah.
And you feel better and you're healthier and you don't have the same cravings you did before. I mean, so that's how I kind of try to broach it with my customers who are apprehensive. But
oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to say, but I always want them to know that, you know, supportively I'm still here if they just want to do the workout program, because I think ideally they'll turn around in a period of time and go, maybe I do want to try it. I just, you know, I'd rather them get the value in the beginning, especially if it's a program that they're going to get the program for $10 if they
exactly.
You know, psychology, it makes more sense.
Yeah. What? So did she respond? Has she? Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But she's never a quick responder. So.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think what you said was awesome. So let us know how that goes, girl.
She would be my first size person.
I know. Who else said that they had somebody for size? Oh, Michelle Wire.
She does?
Yes, she does. So, okay, well, I'll get into that in a second. Okay, Brady, do you have any questions before I move on to the next part?
Not really any questions. I just think that you guys hit on a lot of things that I've been struggling with this past month, of like getting very overwhelmed and thinking that I have to do this consistently, to the point where my husband's like, is this really worth it? Because you're always on your phone. And then like, I've also had a lot of people, my family doesn't recognize depression as a real thing. They say it's just a mindset. I'm sorry, I'm going to cry. And I've suffered with it for a long time, and so does my aunt. And this really helps me a lot. And so when my family would ask me, well, why did you start? We're already small. And I'm like, well, it wasn't about that. It was that I didn't feel good. Like I was on antidepressants and I was sad, and I was a mess. And they're like, oh, well, depression is just a state of mind. You just chose to be like that. I'm like, I can't even talk to you guys.
Right. Oh.
So
well, I think that, being able to share that on however level, whatever you're comfortable sharing, is exactly what, is exactly what is will help people connect with you. And I mean, trust me, Jason, all the time. I mean, it's like probably at least twice a month conversation with him, saying you're working all the time. And, my thing is, but I have to, but I don't. I mean, I do, but I can say when I work, and I don't have to answer those text messages and those Facebook messages right away. And that's why it's so important to figure out where your power hour is, or where your power blocks are. If you don't have an hour, especially going back to school, do it in 15-minute increments, or 10-minute increments, whatever. But just a time where you can focus. And then if you're not in that time that works for you, then you don't respond until you are ready to respond. And it's hard. It is so hard to do that, because we are so excited about helping other people, but we have to do it, or we will drive ourselves crazy. We will drive our spouses and our families crazy. And that's not why we're doing this. I think all of us feel like we are doing this to help our families. And the last people that we want to disappoint and want to put out is our family. And unfortunately, they very easily can be put to the back burner. And Shalene, Shalene spoke at General Session, and it was all about improving your relationships with your spouse. And I will spell this, but her number one tip was have more.
Got it.
And we all, cracked up or whatever. But I do think that that's true, because that just brings you together. But it also, I mean, for me, that is physical attention is kind of like my love language. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a physical, touchy, feely person. So if that is missing, I feel very distant. And, and so I think that that's important. But also, she said to carve out 5 hours a week with your spouse. It doesn't have to be a date night. It can be sitting on the couch watching the same show. It can be going on a walk. It can be, and so between that and the all in, doesn't have to be all day. Those really hit me because it's very easy to get out of balance. And, I bottom line is that we all have the opportunity to make this work for us in our lives. And the way that is right now during the summer may be different than in the fall when we're back to work full time. And it may be different, 6 months from now.
Right.
And that's okay, but like I said, the last thing that we want is for our families to feel like it's not worth it and we are not giving them what we need to be giving them, because those are the first people that we want and should be helping. So, so you're not alone if you feel that way at all. It's common, but there's part of me that's like, dude, you just don't get it because it's so exciting and it's fun. And we've had the whole conversation. I'm like, I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like work, but I was totally missing the part that he was missing me.
Yeah. We'll be at dinner and I'll get somebody will message me wanting information. I'm like, okay, sorry. And I immediately start responding. He's like, really? You can't wait until we're in the car? And I'm like, I guess it could. Yeah.
No, I know. Well, and we also talked about that in our room one night. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. But we were talking about that in general. And I said, we really, and again, I'm speaking from personal experience here, but we really condition our coaches and our customers for what they can expect from us. If they immediately, or if they text us and we immediately get back, then that's what they're going to start expecting.
Yeah.
But if we wait, if we need to, because we are at dinner with our spouse or we're at church, or whatever, then that's what they expect. And it's okay. It is okay. So, in our teams, as we're building them, they what was the phrase? The leader sets the pace for the pack or something like that, so.
Was where she talked about nobody wants to follow a frazzled leader.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, and so that's always, I think, something in my mind is that, I need to be the type of leader that I want others to be around me. And, I want to be the type of leader that Julie has been to me. So, and she's busy. She's totally busy, but she's also balanced and she makes her family a priority and, and she does it all. And has a lot more going on. She's the $1 million business, but, yeah. So hang in there and, and just know little pieces at a time. So,
I just wanted to comment on that because I hear the same thing too. And I have to say having your list will help because then you.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Stay. Hey, sorry, my internet crashed.
Oh, there's Brandy. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that was my internet. Hang on, all right, we're still recording. Okay. Are you there, Melissa? Are you frozen again? Hello? Come on. Sorry, dude.
pretty awesome.
All right, we're still recording. Okay.
So, I was just saying that for me, I have a customer who reaches out to me. I generally always respond to the customer unless I have something that's imperative that's going on at the same time. But that's just my feeling on it. And I'm trying to think. I mean, I think all of our husbands, our spouses have stuff to say about us working. The hard part is a lot of this business is done at night because that's when people are accessible. And that's the bottom line. I mean, you can carve out, like I carve out a couple nights a week that I put my computer away. And unless it's an emergency, I don't respond to, a text message or a Facebook message or whatever. And I spend the night with my husband. But other than that, I make myself accessible because people are working during the day. They're not available for me to reach out to them and offer them the ability to join my team or join my challenge group or buy a challenge pack. And I'm not willing at this juncture in my business to forfeit that.
Right.
Because I have my own personal goal, and my personal goal is to hit Success Club 10 every month. And I mean, Ange will tell you I panic every month until I hit it, but I've hit it every month since I started.
Awesome.
Laura! So I think it's important, like, where I talked about in the beginning that my 3 takeaways, and one of my takeaways were design your why and make that part of your business. My why, I have my goals, and my goals are they're not malleable unless something really big happens and I can't be working at all. Otherwise, I'm not willing to forfeit my goals.
Right.
I'm not willing to relinquish my family either. I hope that I'm coming across that way, but
you're figuring out how it needs to work in your life and your goals. And that's the awesome part about it. So, because we can design it any way that we want. So, okay. So, hi, Miss Laura.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
It's such a crazy day.
I know. Well, we will
But
keep
it's a crazy good day.
Yeah, it's such a crazy good day.
Well, I will. So I did record it, so you can go back and listen to the top part. But I did just want to touch base about dates and stuff on the calendar, because there is so much going on. Like last night, I was like, my head was exploding a little bit. I mean, it's all really good, but I just wanted to go over some things. So Super Saturday is this Saturday. All you guys are going, right? Yay. Yay.
Yes. We're going here. Wait, can I tell you? So how many tickets have you sold in Indy?
Let me look. Hold on.
Yeah, because on Eventbrite, they still had like 111 tickets for Miami. And
They've sold 1,009 tickets. I don't even know how they could sell anymore.
We are up to 730. So last time we had 808, and our goal for this time was 1,000. So we need like more. We need like 250 more.
Yeah.
I wish we could count toward the Indy one.
Wish what?
I wish our tickets counted towards the Indies.
I know, right? That's all right. You guys are going to have an awesome turn. So you have Carl and
Autumn
yeah.
and Fadi.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. That'll be a great one, especially down in Miami.
And Sim Carver.
Nice. Well, that'll be good. I have no idea I saw him, but I don't know what he'll talk about. He may just, you know what? He'll probably be like Jeff K was with us the last time, kind of MC type thing. Yeah. So, okay. So that is Saturday. That will be awesome. Then we have, Coach Basics. Now, so this is Coach Basics is starting Monday. So this will be for new coaches who have not gone through Coach Basics before. So Brandy, I know you're still in Julie's group, right? Or did that one wrap up?
No, I am still in Julie's group because we're in Emerald phase. Now, once we're past Emerald phase, if I don't move up to Ruby, then I won't move on with her.
Okay.
because
Gotcha.
you phase out as your rank is done.
Okay. Gotcha. So, and are you liking that? Like, are you liking the Coach Basics?
I do. I think I like these calls better. They feel more connected, and I feel like I get more information from them. I almost feel like the classes with Julie, I was kind of disconnected from you guys, and like it was kind of telling me to move more on my own. But then I was like, I wasn't really ready to do that.
Mhm.
But I did it anyways, and then was like, now I'm backpedaling because I'm like, oh no, that was not my best idea.
Yeah. So what part, like what, starting your own challenge group? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just doing that, like I got really excited about it and kind of went a little overboard with it. So
Well, and so what do you feel that didn't work?
I don't know that it didn't. I want to say it didn't work
Okay.
because there's definitely stuff working.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure where it's gonna end up at.
Yeah.
I think that's really hard for me because I like to kind of know the end result, and I don't really know that right now.
Mm-hmm. So you said you had 3 people, is that right, for your challenge group?
I have 3 people in our 21 Day Fix challenge group, but they're also on the Rockstar group. I've noticed that on the 21 Day Fix group, because one is Megan, she got her first customer, so one's her customer, and then I have my aunt and Megan, and my aunt, I moved her over, my other aunt, I moved over there. So I guess I have 4, count Megan. They get a little bit more personal because it's only the 4. So I have noticed that helping my aunt a lot because she needed that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's not working. It's just like an added responsibility.
Right.
And then I'm part of this indie moms group, and there was a lot of posts about struggling and needing support just to get moving. So I offered to start a support group, but I told them I could only do it for 2 weeks. So I started that, and I immediately had 40 members.
Oh my
And I had to close the group.
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, I have to close this group. I can't say that I can successfully help everybody with 40 members and
Right.
myself. So then I had people upset about me closing the group because they're like, well, this is just a support group. We can all support one another. And I was like, I get that, but I didn't know how to explain that I want to keep the momentum going in the group. And that's really hard when there's like 100 people and they're all going different directions.
Yeah. Well, I think that I think it's fine for you to, I don't want you to feel like going out and doing a challenge group on your own was the wrong move at all. I was just talking to one of my success partners today, and she feels like she was struggling with doing that. And she has just been, she's not on my team or under Julie. She's just been kind of going along, riding the coattails of her coach, and she hasn't gotten any confidence with that. And so now we're working with her. I'm like, you need to do your own challenge group.
Yeah.
Because in that group, like you said, those smaller groups, you can get more personal. People can feel a true connection. I mean, the Rockstar group is rocking and it is great, but I'm sure that there are people in there that just feel lost. There are people in there who probably haven't done it for months, and that's okay. I mean, they are always welcome to get out of the group if they want it.
Right.
But I get the smaller feeling, which is good. So don't worry that you did something wrong or that you jumped too fast or whatever. It is all a learning. I mean, my very first challenge group had 3 people in it. One was my husband, who wasn't drinking Shakeology. It was a Shakeology group. One was my sister-in-law, who I bought her bag of Shakeology for her. And then the other one was a friend who bought his Shakeology off of eBay. All right. So it was not a successful group, but it gave me the experience of running a group.
Right.
So look at it that way, and then you can take your experience from this and say, okay, well, this worked. I like the smaller groups, or, maybe maybe we'll do a bigger group. And who knows? I mean, maybe in a month or so, or maybe the next round, maybe it's time to clean out some people in the Rockstar group, or just say, hey, if you're not planning on being actively involved, go ahead and remove yourself. Not that they're not welcome, but I do think that there can be something very overwhelming with seeing 150 people in a group and that holding people back from interacting. So, but in the same sense, there is a lot of interaction going on in that group, which is awesome. And I think that for people coming in and out and sharing success stories and, hey, I didn't eat that ice cream, although I did today. Whatever, like all of those little real life stories are really helpful for people. So don't beat yourself up. You did not do anything wrong by any means. I mean, that is, again, this is your business. And yes, you are part of Team Consistency, but you by all means are welcome to run your own groups. And, and I'm happy to have people join me on things too. But sometimes also I'm like, you know what? I want to do this by myself. And I do, because I too at times appreciate just the smaller thing and feeling like this is my thing and I don't have to worry about what I'm posting or check with anybody. You know what I mean? So, so figure it out. So maybe you do a group challenge and then you do a small group challenge, or whatever you figure out. So we were talking about Coach Basics. So Coach Basics for new coaches. So Laura, you haven't been through Coach Basics, right?
No, I probably need to do it. But
yes, you do, girl. It'll be fun. Yeah. Yay. All right. So that is going to be starting on Monday. Now, we have the book club, which is starting on August 3rd. So, and we're going to be, Michelle Wire is actually, we talked about this today. She's actually going to lead that one as opposed to she and I tag teaming it. But we're going to do this. Can you see this? There we go. Rock Your Network Marketing Business book. It's 12 it's Sarah Robbins. It's $12 on Amazon. So that group, I mean, anybody should get that book because it's good. But the book club group is going to use that book. And that group can be for coaches, existing coaches who maybe have gone through Coach Basics but want like a refresher. I will certainly cite that book in Coach Basics, but I need to get through some of the other basic stuff first. We thought about combining them, but then Michelle was like, oh, well, I have coaches who have already been through Coach Basics, but they want to read the book. And so I said, okay, why don't you handle the book part of it? I'll put coaches over there and, who want to join with that. I will handle the Coach Basics part of it for any new coaches. So that's what's happening there. Does that work? Is that too confusing?
No.
Okay.
How long are each of those groups? Like how long?
Coach Basics will be a 30-day group. And I don't know. I know that the book club would not be any longer than 30 days. I mean, the book is like 100 pages long. So if you read a chapter a night, you'd probably be done in like 10 days.
Done in like less than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not sure how Michelle is, how she's formatting that. But what is so awesome about this book is that it truly takes you from deciding that you want to start a network marketing business, which is kind of funny because I don't think anybody was like, I'm going to start a network marketing business. But it does give you the confidence about, the benefits of this model and why it really is a good model. And for me, reading that gave me confidence on how to handle objections, when people are like, oh, it's just a pyramid scheme, or whatever. And then it goes into choosing why, figuring out why you chose the business that you chose, and then how to share it on Facebook, what your why is, how to build a team, how to be a leader. I mean, it's awesome. Like this is like 100 pages of awesomeness. So that will be really, really good. Okay, so that's that. So we have Coach Basics the 27th, book club starting on the 3rd. And then Julie Boris is doing a size challenge group starting on the 10th, and that'll be a 30-day group. Is that right? It's a 30-day program, Melissa?
Yes.
Okay. That'll be a 30-day group. Melissa, are you running a separate one?
I will only run a separate one if I have more than like 4 people.
Okay.
If I have less than 4 people, then I'm going to put them in Julie's group.
Okay. All right.
I think they'll get a better experience in there.
Yeah. I think
If I have 4 plus, then I'll do it, or I'll open it that if like we want to do a team consistency one, and I'll run it.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's good because, like for me, I haven't yet connected with it, and I'm not ready to run one myself, but I will certainly, offer it and would love for people to, to experience what is Julie Boris.
And
Which is
that
on a
book you can get on your Kindle for $7.99.
Oh, look, there you go. Kindle. $7.99. I love
Not that it's a big difference, but it helps.
Yeah.
That is a big difference.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a really, honestly, it is possibly like it's written in like children's language. It is the easiest book to read.
Yeah. And you'll want to do it. Mine's all highlighted up too. So I can just go back. Like I will use this as like a reference guide. I mean, there's just so many good nuggets in it. It's awesome. Okay. Also on the 10th is when I'm doing the 5 days of Fixate. And I've gotten a lot of questions from coaches on our team, but then also outside of our team about this. It just kind of came to me. So it will be 5 days. I'm going to give each challenger, it's a free group, so they don't have to buy the cookbook, but I will give them a PDF with 5 recipes. And then each day we will, we'll focus on that recipe. We'll all make it. It'll be suggested, that we all make it. I haven't yet decided if they will all be dinners or if I'll do some snacks or breakfast. I think I may mix it up a little bit, although there's part of me that's like, I think most people really struggle with the dinner part. But I'm not yet sure. And so then my idea for the thought process of the 10th is that our next round of 21 Day Fix and Rockstars starts on the 24th. So this Fixate group would take them to the 15th. And then after that group, if you like this, let me know if you'd like to order the cookbook. This is a great supplement to the 21 Day Fix. We have another round starting on the 24th. Would you like to join? So things just kind of flow together to keep people engaged. And Brandy, maybe that's kind of what you were talking to, like you didn't know where it would lead to. So what I have found is you really have to sit down and plan out your month. And I just started doing this, and that's why I kind of put a calendar together. So August will look a little bit different because our taste test group got pushed back, but ultimately either the first or last month or first or last week of the month, I will have either a taste test group or a free group. Middle of the month, it will be a paid challenge group. And then, so I'm running 3 groups a month. And so there is always something for people to be part of, but they don't have to pay for everything all the time. And that's kind of the nice part. Shoot, I just had an idea or a thought of something that we heard from Summit. Inviting people to things. It was a really good thought, but I don't remember what it was. I know it did. It's gone.
So
now.
Question.
Yeah.
When your challenge group is over, like I have my Hydrate group right now, and they are like an amazing group. They're pretty much running the page on their own. I just do the morning post and they're rocking it.
Yeah.
But it's only 7 days. I timed it to end to where I could start work and not be running it.
Mm-hmm.
So when that's over, do I just say, sorry, this is over? Do I close the page, or do I leave it open for them to run it if they want to, or how do I do that?
I mean, if they're still interacting, I would say I think this is great, but I would also try to offer them something else, because otherwise you're kind of lingerers that are just going to stay there,
right,
and not do anything. So, so like what I did with my taste test group is, and it wasn't like, okay, day 7 or whatever, it's out. It was probably day 10. So like it was a 6-day group. So on day 7, I would post a little something like, hey, how did everybody do? I didn't get a whole lot of reaction, so then a couple days later, I said, hey, in a couple days, I'm going to close out this group. Let me know if you want, if you're interested in giving Shakeology a real go. And if you want more information on how to save $30 on your order each month. That got some attention. So then people were like, well, how do I do that? And that's when I offered the coaching opportunity, because I didn't want it to be like, okay, we did this now, bam, you want to order? Are you ready to be a coach? Let's go.
Right.
So you just kind of, what was the term breadcrumb, just breadcrumb things. And so throughout my free group, the sugar detox, well, Melissa did it with me, we talked about Shakeology, and we talked about how it helped us with our sugar cravings. And throughout the taste test group, we talked about how we're saving money or what it does for us, so it's not just like, bam, here's the sale pitch. So it's really about building the value and kind of leading them up to an offer. And, but then, then I finally just, closed out the group. I sent everybody a message, said, thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. But out of that group, I got one coach and another Shakeology HD order. So, I think I had 6 people in it. So I think that's pretty, pretty decent. So if I can do that, every month, if I can get at least one coach from, a taste test group, and, our sugar group was awesome. And now we have I feel like a lot of more loyal followers, because we were able to truly give them valuable information that we didn't ask for a penny from, but now they trust us. That has built this confidence. So that's probably what you'll see with your water group. So don't just walk away, offer them whatever you have coming next. Maybe it's, hey, we talk a lot about staying hydrated during our workouts. I have a 21-day fix group starting soon. Is anybody interested? Let me know. Just casual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Do it in a video. People like videos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm awful at videos.
No, it just means that you haven't practiced enough. That's it. I promise. They're not as scary as I thought that they used to be either. Yeah. And so then on the 24th, we have 21-day fix. So that's what I have on the calendar for, I can't believe that takes us all the way through August. But, yeah. So the last Tuesday of each month, I'll hold a new coach call, and that's where I'll do the, the PowerPoint presentation, which talks about Success Club, and it's like 30 minutes, but just enough to give people some information, because I feel like the sooner we can onboard them and give them information and make them feel like they're part of a team, then the more likely they will be to be involved in the team and be more confident in sharing their story and things like that with other people. So that'll be the last Tuesday of every month. And then every Wednesday right now it's 8:30. I like day calls, but I know that doesn't work for everybody. So every Wednesday, let's say 8:30, we'll do a team call kind of like this, and we'll just check in. And, Wednesdays are the last day of our business cycle. So if anybody is trying to advance, we can talk about making sure that they have everything that they need for emeralds and leads and diamonds and all of that good stuff. So this had been a call just for the leaders. It started with Casey, Melissa, and I, and then we added in Carmen, and then we added in Brandy. And now I'm like, well, this is silly. Everybody should be invited to this call. There's nothing that we talk about that other people wouldn't benefit from. So welcome, Laura. Yay! But that's all that I have. Oh no. Well, wait, you guys aren't. Oh, Brandy's in Indy. Well, I will tell you this. So I just found out today that in September, Jeff Hill, who is this vice president of something, I forget. He did a lot at Summit. He, along with either Arnold, who is another regional trainer, or Jeff K, are going to be coming to Indianapolis to do some coach training.
Those are the big eyes that you both shared.
Yes.
That was so cute.
She asked me to please be a little bit more quiet, but I get excited. But so they are coming to Indy to do some coach training. So to qualify for that training seminar, you just have to hit Success Club in August. So keep that in mind. Oh, that was the other thing. Oh my gosh.
The Team Cup.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say that I forgot to mention. Okay, so Team Cup. So what is it? Is probably what you guys are asking. Melissa, you haven't done Team Cup, have you? Okay.
No.
It is primarily a Success Club driven contest. So you team up with 4 other coaches, so teams of 5. And there are tiers of prizes. So, and I don't even know what they are right now, but let's say your team collectively over the month gets 50 Success Club points, then you get this prize or whatever. And you also get points for rank advancement as well, which is kind of cool too. So it's a great way to, work together as a team to pool your resources. Maybe this is a good time to, if you're looking to do a challenge group, why not do a challenge group with your Team Cup team? So registration is open now. I need to get our team registered. I am with Brandy and Carmen and Kara and Heather Smith. Now the caveat is you can only have 1 diamond on a team. So like Melissa and I could not team up, or Casey, and I think that's lifetime rank. Yeah. So like Casey and I couldn't team up because we're all diamonds. So, so grab a diamond and go. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. And you don't have to have a team, people within the team consistency. Like I've been on teams with people from all different teams, which is kind of cool too, because you really get to know other people and every week, you always check in and say, okay, where are you on points and what's your goals? And it's like having a success partner that you're working pretty closely with for a month. So it's fun. And then, and the prizes are fun, like a t-shirt or maybe it's a bobblehead. Like I said, I didn't look at the prizes, but yeah. But whoever hits Success Club in July, you get to pick your prizes. I was looking at those. There's a mega coffee mug, a stainless steel water bottle. What was the other one? Oh, a tote bag.
There's a bag.
Yeah, which I really like the bag. I know Jason would kill me if I brought another bag in here, but I do really like the bag. So
But it's a bag you're not paying for.
That's right. I know. Okay, so any questions about Team Cup? No? Okay, I think the registration closes on the 31st because it starts on the 1st. So need to get that registered ASAP. And you'll need your team's emails and coach IDs when you register. So whoever is the team captain puts that information in. Oh, Andy, need a team name. Brandy, we need to think of a team name.
A team name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still trying to come up with a name for my 21-day group, so I'm not the best person to ask.
That's all right. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll put a note out to our crew, see if anybody has any good names. So, all right, kids. Well, it's a little over an hour, so we can wrap it up unless anybody has any questions thus far. Miss Laura, I saw your post that took off like wildfire.
It's a little crazy. Yeah, I just don't know how to manage it, to be honest with you. And I have to be it's a little touchy because I may have, let's see, what am I up to for friends on here? Because let's see, what do I have? I don't even know how many. I have 1,047 friends because they're all my travel agents. So it starts getting a little, it's intimidating because I also don't want to because of work,
Right.
It's like the right way to do it. So, it's interesting. Like, it's really funny. And I'm starting to get like lots of comments now too. Like, oh my God, you look fantastic, blah, 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 which is nice. And then I go into this whole, spiel about what I'm doing and everything. They're like, oh, okay. And then I finally convinced one of my reps to do it today. So I have to go check to see if he didn't finish the flippin' setting, I really am going to punch him in the nose tomorrow when I see him because, like, come on, Ral, you just have to do it. Like, come on. And then he's like, wanted to do the shake. I'm like, for $10, you're going to be a cheap ass and not like get everything for a 21-day fix. Like, that's just ridiculous. You know, like the New Yorker in me comes out. So I'm like, that's just silly. So I need to go check on the app to see if
Yes. You have till 11:59.
no, no, I'll see a lot of people tomorrow, and then I just have to be careful because
Yeah, and again, you know, like we were telling Brandy, you will make it work however it needs to work in your life, you know. But oh my goodness, the fact that you had that type of reaction, and you know what, you didn't say a single thing about a program. You didn't say join me. You shared your story in like 3 sentences, and that's the reaction that you got. Like, holy cow.
It is. Oh God, did you disappear?
No, I'm here. I see you. I hear you.
Okay. This little phone. Yeah, no. It is crazy. But you know, people want to know, like, they it's a trust factor, you know, and I've been able to build that trust factor with all these people for, you know, the past 5 years. So if Laura's doing it, it must be good, you know, and you know, little things like that, like, you know, my mom took it to her doctor, and the doctor just went berserk. It was her cardiologist, actually, and he's like, oh my God, look at all these vitamins. And my mom, you know, who's very practical in everything that she does, she's like, Laura, nobody could ever get this much nutrients by buying vegetables and throwing it in a blender. Like, it just doesn't exist, you know? Little things like that. I'm like, Ma, you need to be a coach.
Right.
She goes, let me retire first and then maybe. And I'm like, you can do it. You can be my silent coach. I love the idea. You know?
I love this. I love hearing this because, you know, you have gone on your journey at the pace that you need to go until you're comfortable. And now you're like, just fill out the flipping thing, buddy. You know, I love it. I love it. I get so excited when I hear things like that. And you're so right on the trust factor. That's why Carmen is a great coach, and Melissa is a great coach, and Brandy is a great coach, because people trust them. We don't have any slime balls on our team. I'm just saying. And we will not. So, yeah.
Well, I don't see that out of this group. Like, last week I was telling Melissa, it was funny because they did a health fair at work, and there was one of the HR chick, actually, her best friend she was part of Team Diesel, or was that Diesel Nation?
Diesel Nation.
Oh, okay.
She was at my health fair, and so Caitlin, one of the girls that I had signed up just as a customer, she's like, Laura, there's somebody selling Shakeology here. I'm like, tell her to get out. You know, this is my area. And then I'm like, that just sucks. So I went up, I had my little shaker bottle, like, hi, how are you? How's it? And she's like, oh, are you doing shake? I'm like, and I'm a coach. And she's like, oh, that's good. But she was really cool about it, you know, and really nice. And then there's another guy. There's 2 people actually in the office that do Herbalife. And then one of my best friends just did Isogenics and now has to have her gallbladder out. Thank you very much, Isogenics. And it's attributed to, was having attacks, but it's attributed to rapid weight loss, right? And she's lost 45 pounds.
Wow.
And now she has to get her gallbladder out, because when they were doing the symptoms check, that was one of the things, was rapid weight loss. And she's like, oh yeah, 45 pounds later.
And how long?
I mean, it sucks for her, but she didn't pick the right program, you know?
Right.
But, you know, so it's just, but the girl was really cool about it. And I think everybody pretty much knows that we do. And we just have to be, you know, cautious.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, there are, you know, here in Indiana, like the entire state of Indiana is pretty much under Julie Juarez. I mean, like, let's just be honest. But there is a reason why people connect with different coaches, you know. So, you know, Brandy lives down the street from me, but I'm not her competition and she's not mine, you know. And so it's just, it's really kind of cool. I've never been part, I mean, I've been a part of other network marketing companies, but I've never been part of a company that truly is a team like this. You know, I'll tell you something, twice since I've been home from Summit, I have had two different people reach out to me about coaching, but they have already talked to another coach like multiple times. And I had to say, like, you need to be with the other coach. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate them reaching out, but that's not how I roll. That's not how this team rolls. You know, ultimately, of course, it's the customer's decision, but I'm not going to further engage in a conversation when they said, oh, I have a call with another coach tonight to talk about coaching. Well, that's fine. You just come over and say hello to me at Super Saturday, but we don't need to talk anymore, you and I, about what I may be able to do for you. And that was kind of hard for me because I've never had to deal with that. I'm like, this is really weird. So what I ended up saying to her, because I think that she was kind of enamored with, you know, I was a 1-star diamond, but the person she was talking to was a diamond coach. So I'm like, it's clearly a successful coach too. You know, and that I was on Market Council or whatever. And I said, you know what? I said, your success in this business comes from you, not from your upline. And I said, you know, and your upline, if you would go, has a great upline. So you're going to be plugged into an awesome system as well. And, you know, you already have a relationship with this person. And, you know, of course, you know, if she would choose to come to me, you know, that would be fine. But I most certainly do not want anybody to think that I reached out to her, that I recruited her, or anything like that, you know. And but there are some people who do shop coaches, and it's really kind of weird. But
It's okay. They shop travel agents. We get it all the time.
yeah.
You know, with our organization, like if you're already working with a cruise planner, you don't need, you shouldn't really try to shop another cruise planner. And most of them are pretty good, but on occasion,
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I get it. Sometimes people connect with different people. I mean, probably like, you know, you may connect better with, you know, this person as opposed to their previous cruise planner. And again, it is up to them. But yeah, but I'm not trying to, you know, have had some other coach prep them and put them into these sneak peek groups and then boom, now she's my coach. Like, that's not right. Like honestly, I would probably say you either need to definitely go with that other person or you need to find a non-Sparta Nation coach because this is not how this team works, you know? So, but all right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Have a good night, guys. I will
Good night.
post the recording later.
All right, cool.
See ya.
Bye.